Okay, I'm going to create a new material. I'm going to use the armrests as a dark blue color, sort of plastic again. So I'm going to select this armrest support, for example. And again, I go into materials. I'm going to unscroll the menu. And I'm going to create a new material. So I'm going to click on the plus sign. You can either do with a physically based if you want, or you can do a custom material. So I'm going to make a custom material. I'm going to keep it simple. Call it dark blue armrests, like that. And then the color, I'm going to click on the color swatch and I'm going to choose a dark color like that. Click OK. So there you have it. Now it's losing some of its reflection. It's very matte looking, so I'm going to click on reflectivity, and you can see the highlights on the fillets happening. So that looks good. Maybe bump up the glossiness as well, and that's it. So I'm going to do it about 20% for my reflectivity, something like that, and there you have it. Okay, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, I need to do it the same on the other side, so I'm going to select that and I'm going to make it dark blue armrest. There you go. And as for the bumpers, I'm going to make it, I don't know, let's use the PBR material maybe that I use for the legs, like this, a sort of metallic looking bumper. That's interesting. All right. And then for the armrest, I'm going to select these armrests. And what I can also do, if I unscroll the list and I go on dark blue armrest, I can use the same properties as the other armrest, but you can see here it says this material is shared by one or more other objects. So let's say that I want to start off with the same color, but I want to change some of the properties like in the reflectivity. I can always click on create a unique editable copy, and it's going to create a separate material from my armrest support this time, but it's sharing the same properties initially, right? Once I made the copy. So it's sharing the same properties as the original material, but now I can change it, and I'm going to bring down the reflectivity for my armrest support. And I'm going to go and try and find some textures for the bump map, maybe to add some grain to it. So maybe in the next video, I'll try and add some of these little bump textures basically. So I'm just going to bring the reflectivity down and maybe the glossiness. I want it to be a bit more matte looking than the armrest support. And let's try with something like that. All right. So that's how you make clones and copies of your material basically. So that's good. And this one, for example, I can choose. So I'm going to select my group here. I'm just going to click on ungroup. And let's say that I just want the front tube to be the same material as this one. You can definitely either choose on the list, unscroll the list and choose the same material. But if you go in the properties tab and you click on the icon where it says object, you've got here match. I'm going to click on match, and I'm going to, it says select the source object. I'm going to select the front legs, and it's going to say I want all the properties of my tube to match in name, in layer, in display color, all these properties, and I'm going to click OK. And now you can see that even the material is matching the front legs. Simply by going into the properties tab where it says object, you just click on match. All right, and that's how you match all the properties with other geometries. All right, so that's for the front leg. That's not bad. And you know, for the cushion here, I'm going to select this part of the cushion. So I want this to be a bit leathery. So I'm going to go in my properties tab and I'm going to select material, unscroll the list, click on the plus sign. Let's try a physically based material. So let's call it leather. I'm going to make it dark blue like this. I don't want it to be too reflective for sure. So I'm going to bring the roughness even further down. Maybe 5%. No, sorry, not the roughness down. The roughness. So if you bring it down, it means that it's very reflective, as you can see here. So I need to bring it up. I don't know, 90%, 95%. I don't want it to be reflective. That's the thing. Not too much anyways. So maybe 90%. And of course, I'm not going to click metallic. I don't want it to look metallic at all. And you've got here detailed settings, so I can click on that. And let's see, subsurface specularity. Click on the plus sign. So this is all new to me as well, so I'm discovering these functions with you. So I can play with the specularity, I think. What if I bring it up? It does affect the material, I can see that. But it's not that much. And I've got, what else? The sheen, clear coat, opacity, emission. You can add the bump map. So I'm gonna add the bump map. But right now I need to assign a texture, so I'm gonna do that later in a future video. All right. So I just want to see if it looks about right. So it's not so bad. It's not so bad. I can always go back and modify my materials and make some adjustments. So I've got here my dark blue leather. That's good. And okay, so I'm gonna leave it at that. Create those plastic materials, and then at the next one I'm gonna start adding some textures to it. All right, thank you.